The CODESA agreements, I would have wanted not as many concessions to be made, but then again, we weren't at that table. Remember how the West, when anyone tries to do anything that threatens their control of the world economy, then bad things happen to them. Go back to Patrice Lumumba, who was murdered. How did Gaddafi get murdered? He was talking about an African currency.
Yeah, one Africa.
Yeah, one Africa, a united Africa, and then they don't like that.
And Julius Malema is now perpetuating the same message. Do you think they're going to kill him as well? And he threatened that the PAP now the other day, he threatened one of the guys there as well. What do you think about that? Do you think Julius Malema flying off to Jacob Zuma at Nkandla, having a meeting, is it suspicious?
Well, it's very interesting that he was agitating for our then president to be removed, and now he's going to have tea with him. Well, that's good. You must go and consult your elders, I think. So let's leave it at that.
Okay. The Duduzane Zuma, they're putting him forward for president going forward. Obviously, there's factions within the ANC.
Listen, let me just stop you right there. I'm not interested in factions.
Okay.
I'm not interested No, I'm interested in our people getting what they need. I'm interested in working towards a better life for all.
Okay.
And when it comes to personalities, I don't vote for a personality.
Okay.
I don't vote for a person. I vote the movement.
The movement.
Yes.
So the ANC movement, you chose obviously the ANC movement compared to the DA, the CCC, the PA, IFP.
I am not going to have anything to do with any political party that in any way had a link with the apartheid government.
Okay.
And the DA does.
Okay.
You remember how they were formed?
Okay.
They can't get away from it, right?
Right.
So I'm not interested. In fact, I was very happy. I am very happy doing what I'm doing as a lecturer.
Okay.
I'm working with young, bright minds. They are the leaders of tomorrow. They'll be leading my grandchildren. I want to see that we produce critical thinkers, critically thinking leaders, not a bunch of sheep led by the nose, people who can think clearly, critically. And so I feel I'm doing good work there.
Okay.
But now what happened? So we moved in here 26 years ago.
All right.
And I didn't know where we were supposed to vote, because in 94 we could vote anywhere, but then from the next election onwards you had to vote in your voting district. So when we moved in here, I didn't know where's the voting district. So my wife and I went, and we went to the IC, we volunteered, we went to knock on doors to do voter registration education.
Okay.
You know, get people to register and know where's your voting, where's your VD, where your voting station is, where you must vote. And then I ended up as press liaison officer to the then Provincial Electoral Commissioner, Reverend Courtney Sampson, as part of my voluntary work. And also, later on, there was a lot of crime in this area. There's a lot of issues in our area and in our ward.
How do you think you're going to resolve those issues?
Now look at this pool. They stole my... They stole my pump, my chlorinator, my filter.
Yeah.
They jumped over that wall and stole it.
Okay.
Now I have to have an electric fence up. You know,
when you're talking about water, I always ask on the pet. I think that's very water geworden.
So I mean that's a terrible thing. That's a lot of damage, hey?
Yeah.
And then this separate entrance was also damaged to the. It cost a lot of money to fix it. So it's fixed now, but
nicely done.
They stole everything out of this. It was just a shell. They stole everything, including the kitchen sink.
Oh. So they had a lot of time as well?
Well, I was out of the country quite a lot with my studies, and every time I would come back, something more was stolen and something more was stolen. So I thought, no, I can't just sit and complain. I'll join the Neighborhood Watch. Then the Neighborhood Watch said, no, but we need somebody to work to get the Civic Association going again. So I volunteered, and I was then on the Civic Association. I became the chairperson, And then I learned about all, you know, a lot more about the issues that are concerning
That's happening in the community.
in our community. And so that's what I've been doing.
For the last
yes,
years?
and
okay.
for
So
the
you've
last
been very
5 years,
active in the
yes.
community, and that's why you felt you're going to run for councillor.
No,
Oh.
that's not it.
Okay.
But I've been very frustrated, you know.
Yeah.
So I was even working with our councillor. I was trying to work with the city to get our concerns known to the city. You see, it took us. How much money do they allocate to our ward? Of the rates that they collect, and how much money do they allocate to our particular area? It was very difficult to get that information out of them.
Why do you think that is the case? I mean, we the taxpayers, I mean, we contribute. Why don't they?
I tell you, you know, why is it the park on that side of the line, the parks are so nicely kept, the roads are clean, everything is beautiful, and here it took us years to just get one fence around one of our parks.
Okay.
And even there was a problem with the fence cost 250,000 rands. We've got also structural engineers who live here, but 400,000 was allocated. What happened to the money?
Okay.
So
do you think there was corruption within the city as well? I mean,
I wouldn't want to say that directly. Look,
we don't know the facts, so.
I can't prove anything. Yeah. What I'm saying is there's a question which hasn't been adequately answered. And so there are many issues that we have as a community, and we feel that it's not been addressed properly.
Okay.
We don't feel our voices being heard in the council.